Okay, welcome everyone to episode 2 of this YouTube series on Embodied Woman and understanding your nervous system. I'm just going to record this, so I have the replay afterwards. Okay, so this is episode 2 of these segments I'm going to do every week on the female nervous system. And this week is why slowing down might feel like it's a threat to your system. So, have you ever had those moments where the day is done, the kids are in bed, the dinner's done, everything's done, and you go to relax or lay down and you can't actually lay down? Like you don't actually feel that relief. And you can't just be, you can't just lay there. You need to reach for your phone. You need to get on social media. You can't just have that quiet moment without feeling restless or without feeling anxious or without feeling like you should be doing something, right? This isn't that there's something wrong with you. This is your nervous system doing what it is trained to do. So, let's look at it, okay? Why your nervous system has learned that slowing down is a threat. So if you grow up in a world, it might be in a home, maybe in school, maybe in your friend group growing up, if there was a lot of chaos, and let's be honest, this world is chaotic. So even if you grew up in like a functional home, but yet still the world you grew up on is chaotic, then your nervous system collaborates to what is familiar, not what is healthy. And what's familiar becomes the chaos, right? So when there is a lot of chaos, there's a lot of activation in your nervous system. So if your nervous system, your body is used to like that chaos, that activation, that high energy all the time, coming down off that feels like a threat. So your baseline becomes always on, always producing, always watching, always scanning, becomes chaos, it becomes stress. And then slowing down, stillness, actually becomes like a threat to your body and to your nervous system. So your nervous system reads chaos, familiar, safe, and slowing down, stillness, rest, something's wrong, a threat is coming. So this is why things like meditating or doing yoga or breath work, it actually might not work for you. It can feel like a threat to your system. And so you may reject that and actually go more towards things that are very activated. I did this myself for years. I veered towards power yoga and hot yoga, and like my baseline was always doing, always going, always creating, which really was producing. And slowing down was really uncomfortable. So this is not that there's something wrong with you. This is how your nervous system has learned to protect you. It's learned that I'm safe when I'm always doing, going, producing. I'm not safe when I slow down. So what we want to first do is acknowledge this pattern, right? Awareness is the first step, acknowledging that this is a pattern, that there's actually nothing wrong with you, that this is something your system has attuned to. And then it shows up like hypervigilance, right? Like hypervigilance doesn't always look like anxiety or scanning your environment. It can look like always busy, being really organized, having everything, all your to-do lists. Like it can look like always producing, and it feels normal, right? But this is where your body is constantly running on these stress hormones and producing cortisol. And we know now that, especially for the female body that's always producing cortisol, this leads to hormone disruption, this leads to insomnia, this leads to mood disorders, this leads to autoimmune disease, like so many things in the body. So this busyness isn't a personality trait, it's a nervous system strategy to keep you safe. It's learned that I'm safe when I'm always doing, busy, going, and if I slow down, that's a threat to my system. So this is why just relax doesn't work. You can't think yourself into relaxation. You can't think yourself into calm. You can't force calm into a system that has attuned to chaos and attuned to doing and busyness. So you can't think your way into down regulating your system. And this is where somatic work meets the nervous system where it actually is. So rather than trying to take your system from a 10 to a 0 right away, like I'm not going to be able to sit and meditate for an hour in stillness if I'm always on a high activation level. Instead, it's like really orientating and attuning to the nervous system and deactivating it bit by bit, drip by drip. It's what we call in the somatic world titrating, right? Titrating the system. Think about it like if you're coming off drugs, like you're weaning yourself off the drug. And what we're doing here is we're actually weaning ourselves off cortisol, off that stress hormone. So when I first started to get educated about my nervous system and started to understand how much I was overriding my system and constantly producing and doing, I wasn't able to just stop. Instead, it was more recognizing when I was in that hypervigilance producing, overriding my nervous system, overriding my body, and then actually introducing little micro moments throughout my day to take me out of that activation. And that could look like, oh, I've been on the computer for an hour. Let me get off for 5 minutes. Or this could be like, okay, I cleaned the house, I cooked the dinner, I did yoga, I did all these maybe activating things. Can I just rest here for a few minutes? Can I lay on my bed with the cushions behind me? Like it's really just introducing calm into the system in a very gentle, slower, in increments. So today I wanted to introduce you to a practice. It's called orientating. So it's like an orientating practice that is a very short practice, 3 minutes. And we're just going to give it a go today. And it's something you can take away with you. You can use it in your daily life. And it's really just to understand, okay, my system is very activated. Can I just bring it down a notch, bring it down one more notch, and start to come out of that busyness and doing just for a few minutes? So take a breath. And just going to invite you to soften your gaze. So let your eyes soften. Drop your shoulders. And begin to slowly turn your head, letting your eyes move through the room that you're in. And just slowly taking in what's in your room. Looking behind you. Just notice what happens in your body when you start to scan the room. And now let your eyes land on something that looks pleasant or neutral. I have a picture of Goddess Danu here, and I'm going to just look at that. You might be looking outside at the trees or just something that gives you comfort. Take a breath and just let it land in your nervous system right now that there's no threat in your environment. Let what you're looking at, be it pleasant or neutral, let it land in your body. Notice your breathing. Notice your body if it softens. This is your body learning it's safe to land here and now. It's safe to be here. It's safe to do nothing, just for a moment. This is a micro practice you can introduce into your day. When you're in the middle of your busyness, you can take a moment, pause, slowly scan the room, finding something that's neutral or pleasant, and letting your system slow down and land. So there's no forcing calm here. It's giving your body evidence, real sensory evidence. Right now, in this moment, it's safe to land here in my body. So for a nervous system that has learned stillness is dangerous, learning to be with quiet, even if it's for a minute, that is the work. Okay, so if you want to catch up on the last episode, it's there under the playlist for this YouTube series. And I'm going to share more in the following weeks around somatic practices that can actually create lasting change in your body. If this resonated with you today, please subscribe. There's more to come. And this is just a taste of what we explore in the Embodied Woman 6-month online journey, which will be opening again in April. So the link to that is in the show notes if you want to join the waitlist. And I'll see you in episode 3 next week. Thanks for being here, and I hope that you can take something of today and apply it into your day. It's these really small micro practices that actually start creating